Let's go. First things first, guys. Round of applause for the Fijians. What an excellent game. They are proving that they are the great entertainers of World Rugby in what was an incredible match. Oh, gotta catch my breath after that one. It was just incredible from start to finish. But let's get started. Let's get into this review. Kia ora, everyone. My name is Zach. I love rugby. Welcome back to Haka Time Rugby. As I said, what an incredible game. Wales take the win in this one, in this Pool D match, 29 points to 17, in what was a highly competitive and highly entertaining game. Where we have to start is the performance of the Fijians in attack and in defense. Absolutely incredible. They really were electric. It's such a shame that they lost to Uruguay, because this could have been billed as one of the big games. They had opportunity to qualify for the quarterfinals. It could have been incredible, but that aside, they brought all that passion and all that skill, and none more so than man of the match, Semi Radradra. You do not see it often where in a losing team, they are able to secure man of the match, but it was deservedly so. He was incredible in amongst everything, in attack and defense. Some of those tackles that he put on were just, huge. And, Paul Williams, good thing he's made of the tough stuff, because he was able to get up and play on, but that was a huge tackle on Liam Williams there. And, even Tuisova in the early part of the game, it was quite interesting because Fiji had a penalty early on in the Welsh 22, and instead of deciding to go for the 3 points, they decided to take the scrum. Immediately I thought, these guys are coming to play. And then it was not a solid play at all. Right away, the ball went straight out to Tuisova, who was isolated with his man, with Josh Adams, and he just ran straight over the top of him. And then when Dan Biggar came across to defend, he fended him and went straight in the corner. What an incredible try. And the Fijians were just on fire early on. They had all of the attacking momentum early, and they were just dominant from start to finish. But one thing to remember, they did not win the game. And this is something that people just forget. I think at the end of the day, the performance was incredible. And let's all just celebrate. As far as World Rugby goes, we get excellent matches like this where we can see some of the best attacking weapons on the field and just exploding and demonstrating what they can do and entertaining us as fans. But we've got to keep it in perspective. At the end of the day, Wales won this game. And I think when you dive under the covers, you can really see here, one, how Wales were able to win this game, but two, what makes them so dangerous as we look forward to quarterfinal rugby. So I'm going to break it all down. I'm going to review this. I'm going to recap this. I'm going to revise this, because there are some subtleties here at play that if you're not familiar with, you may have missed it. I mean, you really got to ask the question, with all that momentum and all that attacking flair, how were Wales able to essentially come away with what is quite a good win with a 12-point victory here? I mean, they were behind early on. They were struggling to keep up with the pace. But where this game was won or lost for me was in the forwards. The Welsh forwards really were able to stem some of the momentum. I mean, this is a sign of a great team. When a team is on top and momentum is all with the attacking team, being able to halt that momentum or swing it back in your favor is where the good teams show their worth. And it's a combination of demonstrating patience. The other side of it is to be disruptive. And that was something that the great All Blacks teams have always done and always been criticised, probably fairly for as well, is that ability to disrupt in the breakdown, in the ruck, just to halt momentum. And that's what the great teams do. And this Welsh team did exactly that. There were just little tactics that I saw them employing. There was one where one of the tacklers made the tackle, and instead of contesting for the ball, he went straight forward over the ball. And it looked like he had just lost his footing and fallen over. But it's one of those things that when a body is on the other side of the ruck, it's very, very hard for for attacking players to come through and try and get over him and then attack the ball. It's all disruption. And it just disrupted. There were so many little moments like that where there was just one ruck after another, some disruption. And then eventually, momentum has either stalled or it is starting to swing the other way. And then what Wales did very, very well was they had a level of patience in the defence. So it was nothing silly. It was well organised and patient. They were disrupting the breakdown, and when they did get the ball, they were able to capitalize on a few key areas with their backs. Obviously running through and scoring tries, but it was all built on patient defense and incredible work at the breakdown. Now, I can appreciate it myself. Others might look at that work and say, well, it's not in the spirit of the game, it's slowing the game down, but to me, it's just superior game management, and that's what this game came down to. It was excellent attack versus superior game management, and Wales should be commended for that. Not only that, but all teams who are coming up against this Welsh team should be concerned. And I'm sure all the smart coaches will identify some of those areas that Wales are able to get some advantage at the breakdown and look to counter that. If I can see it, I'm sure Steve Hansen and other coaches, international coaches, can see the same thing. But that's one thing to look out for, is the great teams are just able to be patient, absorb pressure, and disrupt the breakdown. That's exactly what I saw from this Welsh team. Probably the other major talking point that I want to get to here is we had 4 yellow cards in this game, 3 in the first half, and for some reason, I know the name of the TMO. His name is Ben Skeen, and that in itself just says that there is far too much impact that this guy is having on the game. Now, if you look at each of these incidents in isolation, you would probably say, yes, there is some element of foul play there that needs to be corrected, but the way it was brought about from this TMO to me is just not in the spirit of how we want rugby to be. I'm okay with us spending a bit of time being accurate, but when a TMO is driving the discussion as opposed to being there to support the primary ref, I think you've got a real problem. And that's what I saw here. There were times when the play was being called back because the TMO with his analytics were, he was investigating foul play throughout the game. It just seemed like he was sitting there constantly analyzing, looking for any little point to bring up. And to me, the need to be accurate is starting to change the game slightly. In my view, the ref should be the ultimate decision maker and should be driving the conversations. And any utilization of tools should be there to benefit the ref. That goes both for the sideline referees as well as the TMO, because we want a good product, open running rugby, and more importantly, we want the teams to decide the outcome on the field and not a TMO called Ben Skeen. That's just my personal opinion. But I would like to see a bit more done there to ensure that the ref is supported, rather than the TMO having a wide berth on being able to investigate many, many different incidents throughout the game. I'd love to know your thoughts on that one as well, because I just think the need to be accurate is starting to drive the wrong behavior, and I'm personally not happy with it from a product perspective, from a rugby product perspective. It's something that I would say is starting to trend in the wrong direction. But please give me your thoughts in the comments on that one. Now we look forward to the quarterfinals. Ultimately, Wales have secured their quarterfinal spot. That was their 4th match. If I'm correct, they may have one match left. They do have one match left. Sorry, against Uruguay, but essentially they are now in the quarterfinals by the looks of it, and they will prepare for that match against Uruguay. If they get the win there with a bonus point, they will go through as the top qualifier. Now, I don't think anyone probably wants to come against this Welsh team now after that game. I mean, some might look at this and say, well, you were playing a Fijian team, certainly not in the mix in terms of the best top quality teams, and you're able to be put under a lot of pressure. But I think there is attacking flair in this Fijian team that is better than any other team in this World Cup. With the exception of one, I think Cheslin Colby is probably one guy in particular that has exceptional attacking ability, but no one else that I can see has that level of talent to rival someone like Semi Radradra. To me, he is the form player in this tournament. To me, after pool play is complete, he should be probably awarded man of the tournament. Just my view. He's had 2 man of the match performances, and he was incredible in this one. Man of the match performance in a losing team says that you are doing something absolutely outstanding. So, incredible. And that's all I have to say about that. I've rambled on for a bit now. But if you like this, I'd like to know your thoughts. Please comment down below. Tell me what your major takeaways were from this game. We haven't even mentioned a key thing in this game. Congratulations to Josh Adams for securing a hat trick. It's interesting because it almost went unnoticed in this game. With the amount of attack and momentum that Fiji had, it's very hard to easy to forget, that a player had a hat-trick in this game. So congratulations to him. Excellent work from Wales. As I said, that to me is the quality of a really, really good team. I wouldn't say a championship winning team because we've got far too much rugby to be played, but a really, really, really good team can slow momentum. And I've not seen greater momentum built in this tournament than what the pressure that Fiji was putting on Wales. But they were able to be very patient. They were able to disrupt the ruck, sometimes illegally, sometimes legally. And ultimately, they were able to turn the ball and turn momentum or halt momentum or slow Fiji enough to reset the defense to give them another opportunity to attack. So, great performances. Easily the match of the tournament for me. And we've got more rugby coming up. This weekend is going to be huge. Huge games coming up this week. And don't forget, we've got a competition on right now on Hakatime Rugby, so watch to the end to know all the details. Look in the description if you want to know more details on the competition. You must be a subscriber, and I want to hear you predict the result between Japan and Scotland. What will the score be? Who is the winner? And if you do that and you're closest, and you subscribe to the channel, and you like this video, then I'm going to send you an international rugby jersey of your choice. All the details, as I mentioned, are coming up in this video. All the details are down in the description box. Please get involved in the conversation. If you like this video, I'm dropping more videos right up to the end of the World Cup. So I want to have you guys on board. We've got plenty more rugby to go. Enjoy the rest of the World Cup, guys. See ya.